Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, striking up the live stream. It's only been about 2 hours since we were live with the gridiron expert, Alex Galbraith, breaking down the Power 5 conferences. So please check out that video. Of course, like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel right here at Mark Rogers TV. And if you love the audio instead, you're running errands, you're working out, you're doing whatever you need to do, and you lock into the audio, go to Google Play, Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher, and just search Mark Rogers TV. All right, it is always a special show when we bring on my man Zoe. Alonzo1219. You got to check him out on YouTube. It's Alonzo1219, the U family, breaking down Miami football, college football. And Zoe, I've been catching you the last couple weeks in particular. Recruiting, you're starting to break down some recruiting. Good stuff there. And Duke Johnson paying a visit. That's special stuff right there.
Yeah, that was basically all Unc's doing right there. He hooked me up with I've already had Duke's mother on. I mean, I've already had her on Facebook and everything, never had her on. And we were supposed to be doing something with I think Ricky Williams from 7-on-7, and he couldn't make it, but it was Duke Johnson camp, so we was able to get his mother on. So I talked to her on the phone, and she was like, "Well, Duke might be home, so when I call him, we'll see." And she called in, and he was there, and he wanted to get on. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. That was huge for me. You know, a big Duke Johnson fan, and it's hard to get any better than that, man. When you can get the alumni who are actually still playing. People don't understand how hard it is to get somebody on that's still playing in the NFL and almost at the height of their career. You know, you can't get, you usually don't get those. YouTube bloggers don't get those. So I definitely got blessed. It was crazy, but it was good. And he's a very humble young man to do that. Cause a lot of times those guys won't do it, but he's the type of person that would do it for anybody, any day. I wasn't special. He just was there and he came on.
Now, so of course, I watched a ton of Duke Johnson play at Miami. Then, and I was neutral on him. You know, I recognized the talent, but I wasn't rooting for him. But he goes to the Cleveland Browns. See, that's another deal now. He's on my team. He's on my team. And this guy might be the best pass catching back in the NFL. He has turned into a tremendous receiver out of the backfield.
He was that in college. I mean, you run a wheel route with him, very short-handed. You can line him up wide. It was just so many things that you could do with Duke in college. And I think that's what made him special. I mean, in order to be the #1 rusher in University of Miami history, and you just go down that list, you have to be a very special back in order to be able to, you know, do things that way. And all-purpose yards, he was always great in that. Punt returns. I mean, he's just an all-around back. But what I like about him most, and what I love about him most, is he's just a humble kid from a humble background, beautiful mother, just raised the right way, and just personifies what a young man is supposed to be. And he's just an all-American kid. And I was blessed to be able to have him on.
If you're a football fan on any level, whether it's Miami, the NFL, just a general college football NFL fan, you got to go to Zoe's channel and check out, I believe it's a 2-part interview with Duke Johnson. And it's just a great conversation with one of the premier up-and-coming running backs in the NFL. And so you mentioned being the leading rusher in the history of Miami football. You got to kind of let that sink in. And think of the Frank Gores and the Willis McGahees and everybody else who went through that place.
James. I mean, people just, the names go on and on. So, you know, it's how do you do that?
I think the modern line started all the way back with one O.J. Anderson, who won a Super Bowl MVP with the Giants, was a big back for the Cardinals. We're talking like right at the cusp of the dynasty. Howard Schnellenberger, Jim Kelly, 1979, 1980. As they burst onto the scene. But Duke Johnson, now catching a ton of passes in the NFL with the Cleveland Browns in particular, and all around.
And they're not watered down.
Talent.
And they're not watered down stats. I mean, you look at his per yard carry, you know, it's not like his watered down stats for you. You know, you might have had 1 million carries more than ever. No, I mean, he left early. I think he left as a junior. You know, so, I mean, it's not watered down stats. He left early. You know, just a He's just a great back and a great young man, and happy to see him doing his thing in the NFL.
We always love the folks joining the chat. I will scan what you got on the live stream here and pass on some questions and comments if you have them to Zoe, and we'll talk up some college football and let you know also that you've been talking some recruiting. I see some recruiting analysis there. What stands out to you based on who you've looked over and what you've seen on tape?
Well, you might have to. I don't have my notes in front of me right now, so actually talking today would be kind of mute. But actually, it's not. It hasn't just been me. It's been the guy you've had on. He's been keeping me informed and helping me out, the wholesome one. And he's actually got on. I'm his big brother, and he treat me like I'm his little brother sometimes. You know, he gets on me to make sure that I'm doing good in recruiting. So usually I have my notes in front of me, but I just got in from work, so I don't have my notes. But he keeps me, the wholesome one. He keeps me so informed and tries to make sure that I'm up on recruiting, that we put the U family behind his channel, because that's who has me doing the recruiting thing and at least looking it up. So that's something I have to do. Also, Footballville. If people don't understand who Footballville is, you can go check them out. They got a lot of subscribers. I think they might be. I don't want to mistake, but they're up in, like, I'm thinking maybe past 20,000 or whatever, somewhere up there. And they do a lot of Florida videos with these football players, these top recruits and stuff, and they're just great at being able to study them, and then you can find out who some of the players are, because football is almost like AAU basketball now. I mean, it's just so many out there, and it's just so hard to keep up with all the recruits, especially when you're doing a show like this. I'm more of the guy who's maybe like a Stephen A. Smith type, where I need the earphone, I need something in the ear, so Stat Guy can feed it so I can look smart.
Well, none of us
But
can know everything. So I'm right there
I'm
with you.
getting
That's
that.
why I bring on guys like you, and I bring on guys from SB Nation and Rivals and 247 and all these other people. I can't know everybody's team better than they do. So I try to serve the fan, serve the blogger, and pull it all together for everyone, hopefully right here at Mark Rogers TV. But you got to slide over to Alonzo1219, subscribe there. You just pushed past 3K.
Yeah. That was the hardest 3,000 subscribers I ever thought would happen. I'm blessed, but I tell Hurricane fans, we have to, and it's not just me. You got college football vids who just pushed past 3K. You have the wholesome one coming up. You have Wise who's trying to get up there. Um, I'm leaving out. I'm leaving out a few people. And I'll get their names before I get off, because I'm going kind of blank. But it's just all the college football, and I tell Hurricane fans that we recruits, especially, you know what I'm saying, that aren't committed to Miami. If they're committed to Miami, being that I'm considered a booster because I have season tickets, I can't talk to them once they are on campus unless I get the permission from the University of Miami. But these 4 or 5 star recruits that want to come to Miami, these channels that we have, we can actually interview these guys, which I have before, and they like to see how many people are watching them. It's a show for them. Same thing as football. Same thing as being on the football field. So we have to support the team, and we need to support the bloggers more. I'm subscribed to you. I'm subscribed to even bloggers that, Clemson bloggers, Alabama bloggers. I'm subscribed to a lot of them guys just to support them. Even though I might not like. Plus, I can go over there and troll them a little bit as well. But I mean, it's if we want to continue to grow and grow this fan base and grow this culture and win more national championships, it starts with us as fans, and being positive about the team. So the 3,000 is brilliant. I'm so blessed with that. I see higher sights in my eyesight. I see higher levels in my eyesight. So just like with you, I feel like you should have 40,000 subs right now. And I really believe that, especially with you showing the love that you show for the channels. All those people that's on ACC, SEC, Big 12 guys, whatever, those guys should be pushing you more to because you're helping them out. and helping the school out. So I was blessed to get the 3,000.
So Zoe passed 3,000 subs this week, and he's coming after me quick, and will probably stampede me and run right by me at
Hope
some
not.
point here real soon.
Hopefully not. I told you what you need to do. One of the most, my Hurricane fans gonna get mad at me. I don't care. One of the most loyal fan base in the country is Ohio State. The horseshoe is crazy, and I really believe that if you dedicated one video a week to even if it's like a 10-minute video to Ohio State, you put your Ohio State gear on, and you dedicate it to Ohio State, you have 80,000. You at least have the horseshoe, which is like 105,000.
Yep.
You'll probably have that many people subscribe to your channel that quick, because that is a
up to 111 now.
111.
111.
Oh, so, that's a lot.
So let's let everyone on the chat know that Zoe's going to be around. Let's see, we cranked up about close to 40. He's been on about 15 minutes. He's got about 15 to 20 minutes left in him. So if you got any comments, questions, anything for the U, college football across the board, any criticism, suggestions, whatever you got for Zoe, you better spit it out right now so I can pass it on.
Beat me up. Beat me up. I can say
that's right.
Beat me up. I'm always here for criticism, especially constructive criticism, because I need to get better. So, like working on recruiting and everything, I'm trying to get better at that. But I'm pleased with the football program in a whole. I'm pleased with Mark Richt. Everything except for the play call. I'll have to see what goes on better there. I'm pleased with the way the recruiting class going. We have to grow. But I think the most exciting thing that I'm happy with right now is the indoor practice facility, which is almost complete. And that's gonna be something huge. I mean, we have the sports center,
hot down there, Zoe?
Hot or too cold, or it's actually more of the raining and the rain and the lightning. The lightning it stops it a lot. As soon as it they got to go inside. They got to take their cleats off and go on the gym floor. And then as soon as it stops, they got to go back outside and warm back up. So it hurts a lot when it comes to practice. So this huge, beautiful practice facility that's almost complete. You guys can go on Canes All Access and check that out. Which Mark Richt donated $1 million of his own money to, which was that's unbelievable in itself. And it's almost complete. They're still taking donations, but it's almost complete. And that's going to help recruiting in such a huge way. I think a lot of Alabama fans might need to be a little bit more afraid of the University of Miami, because that's where they get most of their talent from. They need to be a little bit more afraid of the University of Miami, especially when they get this practice facility done. And stadium issue has never been an issue to me. I love the Rock. It's beautiful. I love the canopy. Still have season tickets available, so you can still go get a few season tickets. And the Rock is gonna be rocking this year. I believe the fans are gonna show out a little bit more this year.
So about the worst we've got on the live chat right now, Zoe, is somebody says you need to take that hat and just toss it in the trash.
Must be a Florida State fan.
Florida State, LSU. I tell you, every time I strike up a chat these days, Zoe, I could be talking about anything else, and people are talking LSU Miami. That's dominates the chat every time.
See, I tell LSU fans though, man, I think we're gonna beat them, and I think we're gonna beat them pretty. It's bad enough it's a home game for them. We got to travel 200 hours to go play something that they call a home and home. I mean, they call a neutral site game. Now, I'm not the greatest math whiz, or what I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure Arlington, Texas is a lot closer to Louisiana, to Baton Rouge than it is Miami. So it's bad enough they're giving y'all a home game so we can come up there and beat the brakes off y'all. I mean, serious, your coach, I'm gonna get a little trash talking right now. Your coach is really not good. No disrespect. Well, I mean to be disrespectful, because they've been coming on my channel talking a little bit. So I'm gonna Coach Orgeron, Coach O, because can't nobody pronounce his name. Coach O.
He tries hard.
He cries hard too. I mean,
too.
You run left, 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 throw left, and then run right, and then you run the same as that plays. with all that talent, they had Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. on the same team and couldn't win.
Absolutely. They had him playing at the same time with Jeremy Hill in the backfield.
How does that happen?
And I guarantee 3 to 4 starters on the offensive line were in the NFL a year or two later.
in their defense.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Honey Badger.
Yeah.
How do you not? How do you lose? I mean,
How
I
do
can
you
see
lose
losing
3 or
to
4 games?
Alabama. Yeah, I can see losing to Alabama. I mean, is it the? Is it the fan base or the coaching? There got to be something in the water because when they leave LSU, they get better.
Those were the
So
LSU years, though, or the Les Miles years.
I know. I mean, yeah, those were the Les Miles years. Orgeron hadn't done any better. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe they need to hire back Nick Saban. Maybe that's their only.
Well, you could say that for a lot of programs. They could just hire Nick Saban, and that would cure a lot of ills.
But see, LSU to me is like Miami. The talent base is like Georgia. The talent base is just so rich there that unless you go through a scandal like the University of Miami went through, you should never really be down. Yeah, I don't feel like you should ever lose 3 or 4 games a year if you're at these schools here: Miami, Ohio State, Texas, Florida, Florida State, LSU. And I'm not even putting in Georgia, and I'm not even putting Alabama in that because Alabama don't have the talent base that those places have. They just have Nick Saban who can recruit from everywhere and bring who he want in. But if you look at the state of Alabama football, this is a good football state, but it's not as good as those states in my opinion. So I don't understand what's going on. LSU is ridiculous with football. It's a talent state.
Hey, Zoe, am I going to have to be a peacemaker between you and Country Boy? Is there something working there?
Country Boy said I got him blocked. I told Country Boy, I gave him my phone number, told Country Boy to give me a call. He said somehow I blocked him. I didn't block him. I don't know what happened. Country Boy, I don't even know how to block nobody.
I don't either.
So, I mean, I'm serious. I don't know how to block nobody. I think Country Boy might have got, what he talking, he mad at me?
He said you blocked him.
I didn't block. I think Country Boy got his prepaid phone cut off and he got it cut back on.
Country Boy's good to me, so
that's my buddy. I didn't block him. I did not block. I told Country, we're live 803-201-0135. You call me as soon as we get off, and I would try to figure out how to unblock you, but I didn't block you. I promise you, I didn't.
All right. I thought we were either in store for a little peace negotiations, which I guess we have now after the show, or that I was just going to be standing back and letting you guys just fire back and forth.
No. Nah, I'm trying to be I'm doing my bipartisanship.
You are trying to get some subs.
No, he said he came on last night. He had somebody in the chat last night saying that I blocked him. And somebody else said I blocked him. I haven't. Only person I block who I give some pub to because I really don't like that person as a person for real is NJ Florida Kane. This guy that's a Facebook troll or whatever that's supposed to be a Miami Hurricane fan or whatever. I block him off everything. I block him. I will block him if I'm going into the gas station to get gas and I see him about to get, I don't even need to get gas. I'm going to get soda and I see him needing to get gas. I'm going to block that gas pump so he can't get gas. Yeah, I'm going to get a soda. That's about one of the only people that I really don't like that I'm going to block. But besides that, I don't block anybody. As long as you respect, you're not cursing anybody out, I'm not going to block you. You can say what you want to say.
And that's within the family.
Yeah.
That's going on.
Yeah, he's within the family. I will block him. I don't care. I mean, I'm serious. I will, if he had a flat tire and it was raining and I seen that puddle right there, the big puddle.
Aim for the puddle.
I will speed up. I'm aiming for the puddle. I'm aiming for the puddle. I'm for real. And yeah, I'm giving him some pub. I don't care. But you know, I tell people I'm 100% real, man. I don't sugarcoat things, man. You just have to be respectful about doing it. You can't be cursing and yelling and but I mean, if I don't like you, I don't like you. If I like you, I like you. You my brother. I tell anybody that. I don't like you. I don't like you. I'm telling you. And I know you're going to, hopefully they'll tell me the same thing. Man. So that's just how I was raised.
All right. It's a beautiful thing. You get it straightforward from Alonzo 1219. So join him on his YouTube channel. Got to let you know what contest we've got going here. So this just gives you an idea what kind of guy we're dealing with right here. This is serious stuff when somebody's generous enough and thinking about the other person enough to do this. So this is the first contest involving Mark Rogers TV, but it's courtesy Alonzo 1219. So you make sure that you're subbed to Alonzo 1219, and then you.
Oh, they don't have to be subbed to me. They don't have to be subbed to me.
They don't.
This is all yours. No, they don't have to be subbed to my channel.
Thought we wanted subs going your way too.
No, this is for yours. I mean, if I get some, I'm cool. But no, this is all for Mark Rogers TV right here.
So I appreciate that. So get me the most subs of anyone before July 15th. We've had this running since June 15th. We're going to go for a month. July 15th, whoever brings me the most subs gets some serious swag from Alonzo. And you can catch a number of the videos where he's showing off the turnover
I'll show
chain.
some now. I'll show a couple now. Give me a second. Let me grab a couple of these right here. Because I got them hanging up. So this is the one that I have on. And you don't have to be a Miami fan either. You know what I'm saying? You could be a whatever fan you want to be of, team you want to be of. But the catch is to make sure that you're subbed to Mark Rogers TV, and that whoever is subbing because of you, make sure that they mention your name. So if I say my name is Alonzo 1219, the person who sub is gonna say I subbed because of Alonzo 1219. That way we can keep count of how many people sub. And I'm thinking July 16th to be when you'll probably do the countdown of how many people sub. So make sure that they say your name. And this is she makes chains for every football program. So I'll make sure you get a chain, or if you don't want a chain, you get a shirt or hat. But this is one of the Miami Hurricane chains that we have. I have a few of them, and they are heavy, they are nice, and they are sturdy. So they're not cheaply made, I promise you. This is another one that she makes. And she makes these for even NFL teams. She makes them for NFL teams and baseball teams. This is another one. This is my wife's right here. This is one she wears to the games.
Ooh, that's sharp.
So yeah. And this is the one that I'm sending off tomorrow. Well, I'm sending off Monday. I'm packaging up tonight, and we're gonna send off Monday for the guy who won my channel. Okay, I have the little Chucky piece on it. And this one I have on right here, this is mine, and this one is mine. So, and if you don't want a chain or something like that, you can get a shirt, and you can pick out a shirt and a hat, and that'd actually be cheaper for me. If you want to pick out a shirt and hat, I'm all for that. But no, this is strictly for your channel, Mark. Because you blessed so much. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send you an Ohio State one. Probably a smaller one that you can wear on a daily basis, because she makes some different sizes. So, something that you can wear. I don't wear this out except when I'm going to the game. This is my favorite piece though, because she does a beautiful job on everything that she does. But this is kind of special to me. Probably Charles Farms, the University of Miami defensive back that won national championship at Miami. He had this one first, and he let me get this one. So, I mean, he's like, yeah, we'll go ahead and get her to make you one. And the chain with this one is a different chain. So everyone doesn't get this. You won't get this chain right here. But yeah, she even made, I have a New York Yankee one piece that I'm getting made. It's a lot smaller than this. That's an everyday wearer. And a New York Knicks piece. So she does. So whichever piece you decide that you want, you can go on Michelle's page. And we're going to, you can go on my Facebook page. I can't pronounce the last name. It's Spagno. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce. She knows. She tells me I'm okay. But we'll try to get a description of YouTube. I mean, of a Facebook page. People can go look at it. You can buy some of the stuff as well. But she makes great stuff, and that's for your channel. So you guys subscribe to Mark, and we'll make sure that you get a chain or a shirt and a hat, courtesy of Mark Rogers TV.
Now that would give me the motivation to do something about this. If I had something that good looking, then I would start dressing things up, because I want that to hang back there somewhere.
I'm just in my game room, really, Mark, and this is just, got my Samsung Curve. I love, but I'm just in my game room. I just have pictures on the wall. But that's my Curve. That's my night. I love my Curve, but I just have pictures on my wall, Mark. That's it. I didn't dress up, man. I just threw pictures on the wall. I got my Carmelo Anthony Syracuse jersey in the back, because he's probably one of my favorite players of all time. So I have a Syracuse jersey in the back. I got my Michael Irvin and Ray Lewis jersey. I have my signed football, but really nothing. I don't have anything special. I don't have anything edited or anything. I'm gonna do some stuff. I have my new program. I actually worked with it last night, which was pretty cool. I worked with the sound system last night, but it was messing up in and out. But it was fun to actually get a chance to work with. But no, it's just just put you a little bit of stuff. Put you a couple pictures back there. Just throw you a couple posters or something on the wall.
So I'm going to keep it blank until I really have an idea and a vision of how I want it to look, because I don't want to do something that so I put up a big montage one time. I cut out I've got Sports Illustrated and other college football magazines saved from like 1980, and I started digging through them and cutting out stuff, and I made this big collage, and people actually said it looked good, but I just hated it, and I just ripped it down, and
You
I was
can't
done
do
with
it
it.
that way. You can't do it that way. What you have to do is, if you've been to games and stuff like that, you just have to put a couple pictures up. You can't organize it because then it looks organized. So you just got to throw some stuff up,
Well,
man.
no, I
Don't throw
did it
you.
like a montage. It was all pieced together.
You see how the Around the Horn does? I mean, you see how not Around the Horn. What's the
PTI?
one with PTI?
Yeah.
You see, I just have stuff in the background. It's just having stuff in the background. That's all. It's just having a few things in the background. That way, people know you're a sports guy. That's all. It's just having a few things in the background. Everybody knows who you are, but it's just just throw you a couple pictures up in the background.
Yeah.
Back up off the wall a little bit. Got back so they can see your stuff.
Yeah. We'll get
And
there.
that's it. That's it. I think it'll be great for you.
We'll
I
get
swear.
there.
I'm telling you. One Ohio State video a week. I'm telling you, you'll be the biggest. I'm telling you. I don't care what nobody say. Hurricane fans kill me when I say that, but that's a loyal fan base, man. Those guys. That horseshoe. Anybody when they play Tulane, it's 200,000 people in the horseshoe and they only fit 111. I don't know how they do what they do. They can play Bethune-Cookman, and they are there.
That's what they say sometimes is there's more people in the parking lot tailgating than they can fit in the stadium.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I went up there for one game. We didn't even, like you said, we didn't even get the. We were gonna go and we didn't, but we rolled by. I was like, oh my gosh, this game. What the world? I know it's. I know it says not a lot to do in Ohio, which is not, but I don't care whether it's a lot or not. I tell people there is only 6 weeks of football if you think about it in college football. You get 6 home games. It's 52 weeks in a year. That's 6. Support your team for 6 weeks. It's not that hard. It's really not. No matter where you at in the country. It's 6 out of 52 weeks. And 2 hours I said my bad, 4 hours a day out of 365 days. So how many hours is that? 4 hours times 6. 30, is that 30 hours? 365 hours. 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. It's not a lot.
So we got tons of people chiming in on the live stream, but nothing in particular in terms of comments or questions. Just a whole lot of trash talking and a whole lot of hi. So if I didn't say hi, I'm saying hi to everyone, not ignoring anyone. Fred would be the last one that says what's up to Mark and Alonzo. So you guys are great. Appreciate the support. And of course, I'm firing up these live streams almost every day. And people ask me sometimes, though, when do you sleep? And somebody asked me that again the other day, and I just I dropped my head and said, yeah, I just sit here and I drop my head to the desk once in a while, and then I bring it up and I keep going. But I could ask you even more so the same question. When do you get some sleep?
That's why I said we don't get sleep, Mark. I know you will text me at 2:00 in the morning and you're at work, and then I'll text you back at 7:00 in the morning. You're home trying to get a Z in, whatever. And that's what and this is not football season, so you're gonna get conversations like we do when it's not always about football, but we want to give people a platform to come and say hi, and just represent their team because, you don't get it during the off season, but we don't get sleep. Do we get sleep, Mark? You have a full-time job. I have a full-time job. In between reading these comments and trying to comment back to people and make sure people know who you are and this and that, even when you home, you're on your phone trying to
trying to keep up with all this so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's not. I am working, and I'm working 11-hour days, 12-hour days sometimes. Then I got time. I actually lost 17 pounds. I'm in the gym every day. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do 2 hours a day in the gym. So it's
17.
Yeah, 17. I've lost
Good for
17
you.
pounds in the last month and a half. So I'm in the gym every day. And actually I'm doing it different than most people think. I lift weights every day and I don't no cardio. I'm just lifting. I lift light, maybe 165 pounds on a bar and leg presses and shoulders and everything and repetition after rep and drink a lot of water and keep a lot of fluid in me and eat small portions and just work out hard and just so you don't just lose weight but gain muscle. And that's what I'm 42 now, so I can't have that skinny fat look. I can't be skinny with flabby skin. So I'm working out every day and that's hard as well. So, and my wife is a workout. She's a workout freak. She'll go for hours. So I'm kind of keep up with her as well. So hey, we don't sleep. We nod our head for a second and
I'm
back
trying
up
to get
at it.
I'm trying to get this body in shape too, and I got 42 plus 8. So I got a few ahead of you. But
Yeah,
that's why I look a little bit fresh right now. I was out running hills and getting outside a little bit, and then I jumped in the shower right before we came on, just so I'd look halfway decent for you. But
that's what I
got a
did.
couple
I went
questions on here, Zoe. Got
good deal.
people asking about the Virginia Tech game, and somebody wants to know what the Canes' record's going to be this year.
10-2. I think we'll be 10-2. I think we'll beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech. I love their coach. What is his
Justin
name again?
Fuente.
Justin Fuente. I love Fuente. I love that they kept defensive coordinator. I just think that talent trumps 9 times out of 10. Talent will trump the team you're playing against. And I respect Virginia Tech. I respect Bud Foster. I respect Blacksburg. I have a lot of love for that school because they're the to me they're the little engine that could all the time. They don't get the top recruits all the time, but they'll beat you any day. I just don't think that. I think that we're just a little bit too talented for them, and we haven't even scratched the surface yet. So I think that we'll beat Virginia Tech. It'll be a close game, but I think we'll beat Virginia Tech.
Quinnell Irvin thinks that you had a couple snubs on the All-American team. So he's talking about the preseason All-American team. Well, there's about 1,000 of those, so I don't know which one he's talking about, but he says Michael Jackson. He's talking about Joe Jackson should have been on the All-American first team.
I don't care about those things because
who cares?
I just don't, because it's like if they make the All-American team and we lose, what does it matter? If they make the All-American team and we win, what does it matter? The film is going to speak for itself. I don't. Sometimes Alabama players don't make the All-American teams. I mean, I don't care about. I just don't care about All-American teams. That's something for the football players to care about. That motivates them. For me, I care about wins and losses and what kind of talent we have. And anybody who knows, if you go to University of Miami and you get 10 sacks, you're probably a first-round draft pick.
So also understand this backs up Zoe's point. So I used to go to SEC football media days for about 5 to 6 years, and it's blown up even bigger here, obviously, in the last 10 or 15 years. But they will let us know each and every year that the media takes a vote on the final day, and they place, you get a ballot, and you line up the teams 1 through 7 in each division, how you think they're going to finish. And they've announced the last few years how accurate the media has been since they started doing that way back, 25 years ago. They started doing that. The media almost always gets it wrong. And if you get it wrong in that conference, it's tough to get it wrong in that conference. And the media hardly ever gets it right.
And those guys study it every day. That's what I'm saying. A lot of time this stuff is popularity contest. That's like even the Heisman Trophy.
Absolutely.
It's a popularity contest. It's not about who the best player in the country is. I hate the way the NFL does it with the MVP. The MVP is always going to be the quarterback. It's always going to be the quarterback. There's not going to be anybody else on the field. So they need to do it like baseball. Baseball gives the pitcher the Cy Young. They need to come up with a name for the quarterback, even in college football, because a lot of time now college football has it the best where you can be almost any position and win the Heisman, except you can't be a lineman. It's hard to be an offensive lineman, and you can't tell me that somebody. It's a reason why offensive linemen are, especially left tackles, are probably the second, third highest paid position in all of football, but you will never see them win a Heisman Trophy. You mean to tell me your left tackle can't be your best position on the field, or your center can't be your best position on the field? So I don't those things are glorified, you know what I'm saying, who I know. And perfect example, Jadeveon Clowney. I watched him in high school. I coached against him when I coached for Ridgeview High School up here in South Carolina. We played South Point in Rock Hill. And I think that was the year that we went one game away from state. We lost to Clover, I think it was like 2009, 2010. We ended up losing to Clover. And the next game, Clover won state championship. And I was defensive line coach. And Jadeveon Clowney might have sacked. This is how good we were. We almost won state that year. And Jadeveon Clowney he was in the 9th grade. I think he might have sacked our quarterback like 9 times in one game. All right. He was like a freshman. So I said, man, you're going to be playing in the league one day. But then he got to college, and one play really got him drafted. We got drafted at that hit that
against Michigan
fumble. Yeah. Because if you look at it, a couple games before then, he was pulling himself out of games because he was winded. So people was like, I don't think he's a first round pick. I don't think he's this. He's not that. He's not this. But one play changed everybody's mind.
What bothered me about that play, though, it was a fun play to watch if you just love guys just laying the wood and laying the hammer. But he had a lot more impressive plays if you really look at the football situation of him having to shed blocks, throw guys around, pursue. That one fell into his lap. They missed him on the line was all trailing in one direction and pulling, and they missed him, and he just shot a gap, and they basically missed him. It wasn't, and you know, the back was right there for the taking.
And you see how they forgot about even the bad things he did. They forgot about everything he did, and that was it. They forgot about the good things and the bad things. Forgot about everything Jadeveon did, and that was it. So it's that's why I say it's all about perception. Sometimes you could be as good as advertised or not good as advertised, and you know, and those polls, they don't. LeBron James should be, and I'm not a LeBron James fan, basketball fan. I'm a big fan of what he do outside of basketball, but he could be the MVP every single year.
I totally agree.
Every single year, LeBron James could be the MVP. You can put in, if you took Kevin Durant off Golden State and put Kevin Durant on Cleveland and put LeBron on Golden State, the Golden State would never lose. You know? So, I mean, I love Kevin Durant. He's not LeBron. But they got to split the MVP up. So, James Harden won this year. Nobody in the country would take James Harden over LeBron James, even a 33-year-old LeBron James.
There's no doubt about that. You were making my point for me. I say that all the time, and I'm not an NBA guy, but I watch the playoffs. And Kevin Durant is a phenomenal offensive player, phenomenal talent, but LeBron just makes everybody better. There's no comparison between the responsibilities that they have on those teams. And him and Steph and Klay Thompson, those guys will take a 7 or 8 minute rest and kick back on the bench, and they're laughing and having a big old time. Shoot, LeBron takes like 40 seconds off. He basically sits on the corner of the scores table while he's taking a breather, and you can see the basically he's almost sweating blood because he's thinking, let's not blow this 3-point lead while I'm out of the game for 2 possessions, and I got to get back in there and get going. The level of responsibility is not even comparable.
And that's what, when we talk about, like I said, perception, that's what I can't, that's one thing I don't like about fans when we get into, you know, who's this, like when we get about best players and this and that. It's like the fans who burnt LeBron jersey when he left Cleveland as a free agent. And then they showed the fan when he came back, taking his jersey out the ashes and raising it up again because he gave you what you wanted. It's like stupid. You're an idiot. Excuse my friend, you're an ass clown. That's one of my favorite words. You're an idiot when you think that someone owes you. I tell people these franchises and college football teams are never loyal. They're never loyal. We expect players and kids to be. We expect a 17-year-old kid to commit to a university and stay loyal to him, right? But if he's a 2 or 3-star recruit and he commits, he hasn't signed that paper yet. They don't know what goes on behind closed doors when these coaches will basically say, our roster is getting too tight, and I got a 3-star here, but I got a 5-star that's about to commit. So this 3-star been committed for a year or 2 years. He's been committed, and he hasn't even looked at no other schools. But we have to cut him because we can't sign him because we have a 5-star that's going to come that decided to come on, and that happens every year in college football.
It happens in every sport at the professional level, and we'll see it here in a few weeks in the NFL when they go to training camp, and everybody's going to be shocked when they see a list of about 15 to 20 players that just got cut and think, why'd they just cut him? Well, they cut him because they're trying to work out a salary cap. That guy might make $3 million a year. They just signed a 5th-round draft pick that they can play at outside linebacker who might make $750,000. And it's all about a business. It's about a business, and they're as loyal as the business allows them to be. So the loyalty,
they expect the players,
like you say, they want people, the fans want the players to be loyal, but the organizations aren't loyal. It goes both ways.
If LeBron was to tear his knee up in Cleveland, blow it out to where he gonna be out for 2 or 3 years, and the Lakers was to offer them 2 first-round draft picks to trade him, they'll trade LeBron in a heartbeat. We appreciate what you did for us, LeBron. You know, but you got to go because we got to build for the future. You know, so that's why I say when we look at perception of what I'm saying, All-American teams and all those things, man, it's like I want to see what you do on the field, whether or not you can do it on the football field, and that's really all that. And in the classroom, it's a lot of Andre Ware was probably one of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time. Couldn't do nothing in the NFL. What's my boy from St. Louis Rams? Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner?
Found him out of a grocery store. One of the greatest NFL quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
I promise you that 4-year span he had in St. Louis, you can't rival that. They changed the game. They did what Golden State is doing to the NBA is what St. Louis Rams did to football.
What impressed me about Kurt Warner was not only that stretch, then he went to the Giants, and it looked like his career was basically over because they benched him in favor of Eli Manning because they were rebuilding. He goes to the Arizona Cardinals, who had never won anything. And of course he had help. He had elite talent on the outside, Larry Fitzgerald in particular. So he has to have help. But they went from 7 wins or so, and he goes to the Super Bowl. And basically, if Roethlisberger and Santonio Holmes don't pull that game out, he walks off the field a Super Bowl champion. He did all he could do, and the game was out of his hands and threw for like 450 yards.
We talk about Tom Brady and Dan Marino and all these great quarterbacks. I promise you, the greatest ball placement I've ever seen in my life is Kurt Warner. I've never seen nobody place the ball. I remember people would be like, he's throwing the ball low sometimes. Why is he throwing? Why are the players having to go in the dirt and get the ball? And then I listen to Isaac Bruce and I forgot the other young man talk. And they're like, well, why I think Isaac Bruce said, I hear people complain about sometime when he over the middle, how he would throw the ball low. But what he's seeing is the safety behind me. So instead of hanging me out to dry, he'll throw it low to where I can get on the ground.
Yeah.
So I'm catching it and being able to get down instead of catching it up high and killing my career. Yep. And that's how smart Kurt Warner was as a quarterback. And I'm like, this guy, I've never seen better ball placement skills, but they passed on him. Tom Brady was a 6th-round draft pick, passed on him. Bill Belichick was an afterthought almost, even though he's the reason why the Giants won those 2 Super Bowls. Numbers do lie sometimes, man. Torrey Holt, that's the other guy I was looking at. Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, man.
Oz Hakeem and Marshall Faulk and Ricky Prohl, and it was a fun bunch to watch.
That was they changed the NFL. They changed the game. That's the reason why they passed the way they pass now. Because they said you could not win you couldn't win that way. Just like in the NBA, you couldn't win shooting 3-point shots. Look at the Golden State Warriors. Now everybody want to shoot threes. Then they said Golden State is a super team. They drafted every last one of their players except for Kevin Durant almost. Draymond was a 2nd-round draft pick.
Yeah, exactly. Hate the Warriors, but aside from Durant, they drafted those guys and they built it from the ground up. The thing I don't like is that Durant can do whatever he wants, and he's a family man and has to make decisions financially and for his family. But I think he took the easy way out. I didn't like him going to Golden State. I didn't like Golden State recruiting him after they just lost a 3-1 lead to the Cavs. I would have liked to have seen them band together and say, hey, we just got beat by LeBron. We're going to come back with the same team, and we're going to knock him out next year. But they wanted to secure the championship.
I understand why Kevin did it though. He couldn't grow with Russ no more. Where else do you go? Him and Russ didn't get along. LeBron, the best player in the world, they had nobody to match up with LeBron, even though they stole that series from them because Draymond should never got suspended. But Kevin Love, I think Durant. I've been to that part of what's Golden State at? It's up in
San Francisco.
I think it's up in the Bay Area, up by wine country. That's a beautiful place to live. And I think a lot of people. I listen to Kevin Durant talk. I believe the organization spoiled him when they came, and the living. It's like when Google recruits you, you go. They have a reputation. They have a reputation of being probably the greatest company on earth. You know, so if you go in there, you know they got you can build your computer, drinking coffee, and you know you have all this stuff available to you, and you look outside and there's trees and blooming and all this beautiful stuff.
And it's 70 degrees all the time.
Yeah, if you're working for Microsoft, well, Google recruits you. You go and you sit at the table with Google and you see what they want to do. And that's how Golden State was for a lot of players. Even you look players now, they're taking pay cuts to go there. Andre Iguodala's talking about going. Everybody who said they go says it's not just the winning culture, it's the culture that the owner. They say the owners are just beautiful, man. They say they're just good people who want it. So I mean, hey, quality of life, I guess sometimes. Plus, he wanted to secure the bag. He wanted that ring. He wanted that ring. Just like LeBron did. LeBron wanted it, so he lost to. He think about it, LeBron lost to Boston. What did he do? He went to Miami and recruited Ray Allen.
Yeah, he put together the three of them with Bosh and Wade, and then Ray Allen to knock down the key shots from the outside.
And it paid off because you think about it. Bosh got the rebound in that San Antonio series. When that game was over with, it was over. The series would have been over. Bosh got the key rebound, kicked it to Ray Allen, and Ray Allen hit the game winner. And history was written. So LeBron did the same. I get mad at Charles Barkley when he cried about it. Charles Barkley left Phoenix to go to Houston to play with Clyde Drexler and Akeem Olajuwon.
He just
the Lakers been doing it for years. Yeah, the Lakers been doing it for years. They've been racking up stealing championships for years.
Yeah, it's the way of the NBA. So Alonzo's been working a long day, and he was kind enough to join us for about an hour here on the live stream to talk college football and talk about whatever we wanted to. So, Zoe, I'm going to let you go. We'll hit on a few key house cleaning matters here to let you know that we've got a contest underway. Whoever gets me the most subs by July 15th gets your choice of swag from Alonzo's collection there, whether it's the Miami chain or another college football chain, and he just displayed those a few minutes ago. So if you're joining the live chat late, you go back to the beginning once it posts here in a few minutes, and you check out the conversation and check out the chain or the swag that you would like. But bring me the most subs by July 15th, and Alonzo's been kind enough to offer that up as a grand prize. Obviously, catch him at Alonzo1219, the U family. Push him way past 3,000 subscribers and keep him on his way toward 5,000, 10,000, and beyond. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for the best college football analysis, discussion, and debate as well. Zoe, as we head toward August, we'll get past ACC Media Days. Would like to get you on here, and we can kind of go position by position and break things down and see what you think about the 2018 Canes.
I would definitely be ready. We can talk about 2018 Canes. I just wasn't ready for recruiting today, but next time we come on, we can talk about 2018 Canes and what do I expect, and position by position. We can do that. The wholesome one would definitely be that he's prepared for that right now. I don't think he got a job. I think he's 21 years old. He just turned 21. He got no job. He ain't doing no. He's still
he's got time all day to play, and
he got time all day on PlayStation and sitting home, working out, eating cheeseburgers, and looking at blogs while the rest of us people at work. So
yeah,
I think he graduated
one this week.
I think he graduated. I think he's graduating from South Dakota State. So nice. Smart kid.
Oh, so he's all the way up there.
Yeah, no, he's in Miami right now. Yeah, but that's where he goes to school. That's South Dakota State. I think either North Dakota State or South Dakota State. One of them. He's in the Dakota. Ooh. I had a joke with him. I said, how many? I said, Answer this question, man. You're in North Dakota. I don't know which one Dakota's in. I said, are any other black people up there besides on the football team?
Any other
He said,
people up there?
I said, are there any other black people up there? I said, are there any other black people up there besides on the football team? He says, not many. not in the Dakota.
Probably runs across more moose than black people.
Yeah, it's not a lot. I remember my wife was watching the channel one day. We were talking about North Dakota. There's not a lot of black people in North Dakota. I was like, but their football team is amazing. I think it's which one is it? The North Dakota or South Dakota? I forgot
Carson
which one it is.
Wentz.
Yeah, whichever one that's the one. They are amazing. Those guys can play some football. Goodness.
Yeah, North Dakota State and yeah, just maybe the last 5 to 10 years. I think their victim list includes like Minnesota, Iowa, Kansas State, and I might be getting this wrong by 1 or 2 teams, but it's a pretty impressive list.
They play a different brand of football. Those guys play with a chip on their shoulder. They are good. They are. That's a team. If you pick a team, a small school that you don't want to play, that would be probably my first school that I don't want to play. It's North Dakota State. Don't want to play because you have everything to lose and nothing to gain, and they'll beat you. They'll beat you. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go, Mr. Rogers. Subscribe to this channel, please. Like I say, subscribe to the channel. We need him on here because he gets everybody involved. And y'all hit him up on Twitter. And to all of Ohio State fans out there, make him do a once a week video. I know I'm putting more on the shoulder, but to all Ohio State, I'm going on Twitter and I'm hitting all the Ohio State fans up and tell y'all to make Mark Rogers commit to doing a once a week video on Ohio State this year, even if it's just talking about Urban Meyer. Make him do one. Because I know he'll get 100,000 subscribers. I can guarantee you by the end of the year, he'll have 100,000 subscribers. Okay. He's very insightful. So.
We may commit to that, and we're committing to doing prediction and previews for every team in the nation as well, at least the Power 5. And a little note from Wikipedia, since I've got it in front of me right here, I just had to look it up. If you believe in Wikipedia, 5.4% of the population in North Dakota is black or African American.
I think that's pretty low.
5%. It's actually higher than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought it might have been. I thought it might have been about 3%, but still, that's kind of the national average. I think is like 13%, 14%.
Yeah, something like that.
So that's still 5% is low. Goodness gracious, that's low. Woo.
Ohio's at 20%.
See, Ohio's. I told my wife that Ohio's real above. South Carolina might be at like 10%, 8%, somewhere around there, maybe 12. Southern states are pretty big, but I don't know. 5%.
All right, Zoe.
I appreciate it, Mark, man. Y'all be good, man.
Man, thanks, my brother. All night. You have a good time. Rest. Have an adult beverage. Enjoy yourself, and we will catch up with you soon, sir.
All right, you too, my brother. Thanks, man. Love you, bro. I'll talk to you later.
Love you too. Take care, man.
All right.
All right, I'm going to keep the chat going here for a few more minutes. That, of course, Alonzo1219. Check out his YouTube channel, Alonzo1219, the U family, breaking down Miami football on a regular basis. We didn't talk a whole lot of football, but I will stay here for as long as you guys want to talk college football, and for as long as, let's see, I'm getting a phone call right now. When you know it. Hey, Zoe. Oh, that's cool. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. We can kick it around and do whatever. That doesn't concern me. I appreciate it. You've helped me out a ton, and college football season is usually good to me, so I do much better then as well. So yeah, maybe we will blow up. I'm going to stay on the chat here and answer whatever questions come in here. Thanks, though. I appreciate it, man. You have a good weekend. Bye. Alonzo 1219 right there. Sorry to make you guys a delay. I didn't want to cut off the live stream. I also didn't want to cut Zoe short, as he wanted to tell me a few things right after the chat there. So support him, and let's talk some college football. What do we have here? Don't know what I've been working on. Besides, I decided just a few hours ago, I was out taking a walk, a bit of a jog, run, sprint. I do all sorts of different things out in the beautiful weather today, and trying to lose a few pounds as well, that I've got to get started on team previews. So starting Monday or Tuesday, it makes sense to do schedule rankings first and then do team previews second, I believe. So I'm going to do what I typically do, and I print every schedule in the nation of the Power Five. So that's 68 teams. And I build a formula that basically allows me to compare. So, for example, if Miami and Florida State play 6 of the same teams, obviously you take those games and you just throw those to the side. You may take into consideration where the games are being played, but you take those 6 games, throw them to the side. Then you look at Miami and Florida State and say, okay, the 6 games that they don't play common opponents, which one's tougher? And then you rank it and you keep going. And I filter through all 68 Power Fives. And the best way to do it is rank them within the conference. And then I start to match those up against each other. And I come up with a ranking. You can check it out for last offseason, the offseason before. I have ranked all 68 Power 5 conference teams' schedules, 68 all the way up to number 1. So I've got to get on that, got to print out all the schedules, analyze them. I believe I'll do that on Monday. And then I'll start to carve through the rankings, and I will produce videos going from 68 to 1, ranking the schedules. We'll do that. And then right after that, I'm going to go through every team, and I'm going to give you a preview. So I see with a lot of other channels, maybe they just sit there and say Michigan, and they've got the schedule, or they present it on the screen and they just say, well, they're going to have a tough game at Notre Dame, and I think they'll win by about a touchdown. Then they're going to go play Air Force, and yeah, Michigan will win that one for sure. They'll be 2-0, and they just kind of take you through the schedule. I pretty much think anybody can do that. I'm going to give you a preview of the personnel, the team, and the key factors for Michigan football for every team in the nation. Also look at the schedule and give you a final prediction on each team. And you have to realize this kind of hurts me to do it this soon. Again, what I've typically done, if you look way, way back on my channel, is each and every summer, I spent all summer analyzing schedules and giving you previews of positions on every team and really breaking down the personnel and breaking down the season. And then I wait until like that Wednesday right before the season starts, and I give you my predictions, bam, all at once. But people love predictions, and I see it all over YouTube and online that you guys want to see predictions. So for as much as I want to wait until the day before the season starts, I'm going to give in to the public outcry and what really works, and I'm going to give you predictions and preview the season. And because I don't have the lazy bone in my body, or I may be too much of a perfectionist or want to do it a certain way, I can't bring myself just to throw up Virginia Tech's schedule and tell you they're going to lose these 3 games and they're going to go 9-3. I have to do better research than that, give you a personnel breakdown to a certain extent, give you keys to the season, then give you the prediction. And that's what we're going to do here at Mark Rogers TV. All right, Cash Boy D. Root Rhythm. Have yet to see you. So a lot of emojis there out of Root Rhythm. Good to see you. And the rest of you, I appreciate you jumping online. I am going to look through the live chat as well and just see if there's anything else that I need to address. Game Changers. Is that a content suggestion possibly out of BBD Will? If you have back-to-back and watch those games, Malik missed so many throws. Okay, we're back on Malik Rozier, of course. He is the common thread there. All right, folks. It has been my pleasure to talk college football with you today. We had a live stream with Gridiron Now, Gridiron Expert. Gridiron Now would be a publication online. Gridiron Expert, Alex Galbraith. And if you missed that one, we also announced that Alex is going to be working with me, helping me behind the scenes with social media, branding, and marketing and so forth, and also is going to provide some of his content here as well. So look out for that. All right, we will be back at it possibly sometime tonight. And if I'm not on the live stream tonight or tomorrow, definitely know that I am working on content. I've had suggestions for Washington and Notre Dame in particular, but since I'm going to preview and predict everybody, then they will just filter into that mix. Also had a request the other day for USC quarterback battle, so I have to attack that. And again, I could cut a video 3 minutes from now on the USC quarterback battle and talk about it for 10 minutes, but I want to do it right and provide the right research and look into the 3-man competition there at USC between Jack Sears, Matt Fink, and of course, the prized freshman, JT Daniels. Appreciate you guys jumping on the line and all the regulars I see here. Country Boy, Lamar Stevens, Panther Pro 22, Donovan's jumped on the line. I see for the first time Sean Andrews. Appreciate you being here as well. What do the Canes need to do to be a playoff contender? They basically need to allow their defense to do its job, which means they have one of the best 3 to 5 linebacking cores in college football, one of the top 3 to 5 secondaries. The defensive line is a bit of a question mark because of the losses of RJ McIntosh in particular. The questions for me, there are only 2: quarterback play and offensive line. The offensive line was decent last year, not great. It was top 40 good, but that doesn't win national championships. The quarterback play was abysmal down the stretch. It was decent. It was spotty. It was dynamic and really good at times with 3,000 yards passing and 26 touchdowns out of Malik Rozier. But if he's to be the guy, then he needs to have taken tremendous strides in his accuracy. All quarterbacks miss throws. He needs to miss less throws. So take any really good college quarterback, Baker Mayfield, somebody of that ilk, and Baker Mayfield, if he's throwing 40 passes in a game, probably misses 3 to 5. Malik Rozier misses 3 to 5 that are wide open, and he misses another 6 to 8. So he misses about 10 or 12 throws per game, and that's way too many. If he can improve his accuracy and a couple key decision mistakes that he made in particular against Wisconsin and also against Clemson. Didn't see too many against Pittsburgh. What he basically did was he was just so scattershot against the Panthers. It was just that bad. He didn't turn the ball over. He just couldn't connect with wide open guys. Is that Malik Rozier, the ball's in his hands to win a division championship first and foremost. That's the key, is to win the division. Then you get a shot in the ACC championship game against what we expect to be one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the country in Clemson. So those are my thoughts in the offensive line. They have poured resources and attention into recruiting and upgrading the offensive line from that standpoint. And the offensive line that they displayed in 2017 was much better than the additions before that, but it needs to take another step up. So it went from like top 75 good, it was that bad for a Miami team, to top 30 to 40. Now it needs to be a top 10 to 15 offensive line. It doesn't have to be one of the best in college football, but it needs to be that good. The schedule presents itself well. They are better than everybody on their schedule except for two teams. And those two teams are not better than them. But if you look at the talent on the roster, only LSU and Florida State compare. LSU's a bit of a mess. Florida State, under first-year head coach Willie Taggart, we'll see what they have and if they're able to put it together in year number one. Usually that's a difficult transition for a coach in taking over a program. So Miami has a clear advantage in every game, with the one caveat being a trip to Blacksburg and a under-the-radar difficult trip to Boston College to take on A.J. Dillon and what's going to be an improved passing offense at Boston College. My thoughts on the Canes right now, as they most likely are going to go 11-1. Don't hold me to that prediction. That's what I'm thinking right now. The Canes at 11-1. All right. Again, we appreciate your support. Please subscribe, like, and comment. That helps me out beyond what you know. So we will see you soon. We will see you next time, and enjoy the weekend.